I see no scenario in which America can retreat from the world as it is and for the world to remain as it is.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, it is hard for us to just retreat. We'd have to fix a lot of things before we retreat. And that's why we can't fix our own homes, right? But he's saying, I see no scenario for America to retreat from the world. And people want to get tempted with this. I'm not just tempted. I want America first, okay?
What's your position with war? So right now,
What's my position with war?
Let me explain what I mean by that. So right now, like with the Middle East, okay, so you got elections, you got Trump, you got Kamala, you got all this stuff that's going on right now. And, some people are saying, hey, man, we got to see Trump gets elected, Ukraine, Russia's going to be done, everything going on with Israel and
Okay, so Patrick Bet-David sat down with a pretentious foreigner who speaks with a strong accent, and we'll get into all of that when he starts to speak. You'll hear how good he sounds, or at least how good he thinks he sounds, and whatever. And look, I love accents, right? Like, I'm here for accents. Like, I totally love accents, especially British ones. I used to want to be a princess, like a British type princess when I was a little girl. I wanted to be like Princess Diana, stuff like that. But I don't need people with accents telling me that I need to fund wars for them.
Palestine, Gaza, he's going to stop that overnight, and then from there, let's not get involved in businesses we have nothing to do. What's your position with that? What position should America take with everything that's going on in the Middle East?
Well, it's available for us to fall into, which is the temptation to retreat from the world. America is the most important country in the world by an incredibly long way. Not just financially, not just militarily, culturally, in terms of ideology, in terms of the spread of the ideas that come from America. I see no scenario in which America can retreat from the world as it is and for the world to remain as it is.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, it is hard for us to just retreat. We'd have to fix a lot of things before we retreat. And that's why we can't fix our own homes, right? But he's saying, I see no scenario for America to retreat from the world. And people want to get tempted with this. I'm not just tempted. I want America first, okay? I want America fixed. I want America first. I don't see where I'm getting that anytime soon. This can't continue the way it's going.
And I know, because people I know on the American right as well as on the American left, always at the risk of falling into the temptation of American withdrawal from the world. And I always have the same thing, which is, has America made mistakes? Of course. Has it got involved in things it couldn't deal with? Afghanistan? Absolutely. But that is not an argument for America stepping back. Because although America should be judicious in where it steps in the world, if it has no involvement in the world, other people will. And if America doesn't want to be the dominant power on the world stage, then it will have to cede the terrain to China or the Communist Party of China or whoever else.
But it already is. It already is. So for those of you who don't know me, or maybe you're new here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So we are now talking about everything on this channel. Definitely keeping it with what he's saying is that America, if we pull out now, we'll end up failing, and there's something else will take over. But it's already happening. I mean, the value of the dollar is tanking by the second. These people would say the economy is good. They play with numbers, bro. The stuff is like really fake. Like, they make up the GDP. They do estimates on what things should be. When I looked this up and I found this out, I was like, this is a lie. Like, there's no way. There has to be a better graph on calculating the money and everything else or whatever. And it's like, no. It's like a lot of this stuff is just made up. They just plug numbers. So they can make the economy look like it's good, but the American person knows that they are struggling, that things are expensive. Not everybody, but a lot of people. It shouldn't be like this. Not in a superpower country. Not in a country that's supposed to be so important that it could take care of the world. Well, if I could take care of somebody else's kids or somebody else's pets or whatever, house, shouldn't I be able to take care of my own first? Like, what's up with that? So I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, you know what? Like, it's collapsing. And they'll tell you it's not. So all of this, no, we still have to give money. We still have to give money. We still have to get, when it collapses anyway, then what? We'll pay the brunt for it.
I'm interested, by the way, particularly on the right, I'm interested in this fall into the isolationism at the moment, because it's very interesting that those people want America still to be the foremost country in the world, but don't want to be involved in the world. Interesting that.
Don't want to be involved in every war.
No. When America is not involved in every war.
Now, is it just me or is he sweating right there? I think, yeah, what is up? Because he's really glossy.
Stuff. I mean, what's America doing in Myanmar?
We're involved in the main ones. Whether it's funding, money, it's
depends
resources.
what you see as the main ones. I mean,
what are the two main ones right now? The
two ones that have the most attention is different.
What's costing more than those two?
Well, the Syrian civil war that's lasted the last decade is costing far more lives.
I'm talking. Hang on. I'm not going to lie. It's 2 years.
The Syrian civil war.
Don't tell me to hang on, especially when I can see your armpit water from like this. Don't tell me to hang on. We better stop playing. We turned the air on to the point where I have my jacket on, and you're still sweating. I've been hanging on. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell.
It's gone on for more than a decade now.
Right.
More people have been killed in that than have been killed in every single war involving Israel and all of the Arab armies in the last 80 years. So it does seem actually that people's attention is sometimes very clearly on certain issues.
So why do you think that is?
A range of things. In the case of, I covered the Ukraine war. I was embedded with the Ukrainian armed forces when they were retaking Kherson or Mykolaiv from the Russians. And so I've seen quite a lot of that war up close. That one is a very straightforward one. I don't believe that Ukraine is part of Europe, but it's awfully close. And if you go to the Baltic states, as I did again, 18 months ago, I suppose, a year ago. If you go to the Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, and so on, they are really worried about Russia. Really worried. They have, enlistment and so on. If you go to the Central and Eastern Europe, simply the further east you go across Europe, the more you find a genuine concern about this.
And with your British accent, I'm sure you're genuinely concerned, but that's not my problem. It's not my problem. We always had this boogeyman. Listen, let me break it down, because Douglas Murray is taking forever to get to the point, okay? These people who love war because they get paid to talk about war, or they get their stocks in Lockheed Martin and everything else, I don't want to hear from you. The beauty you have of listening to me talk about this is this. I don't align with one party. I don't align with the other party. I align with the truth, okay? Therefore, I will tell you this. Right-wingers and conservatives, like by name, by label, they don't know anything about geopolitical warfare. Or, by the way, maybe they do. They just don't want to tell you the truth about things, okay? The only person who kind of comes close is Charlie Kirk, but he's very, very particular on how he comes. Like, he's not going to go all the way into it, right? Which is a problem, because why wouldn't you want to tell the American people that your taxes are funding moderate rebels? They've funded moderate rebels in Syria. So when this fool says that we're not involved with the Syrian war, you need to know that your taxes under Obama went to, quote, moderate rebels, basically making like jihadi gangs and groups and stuff to be in this Syrian civil war. Why do I care if Bashar al-Assad is the president of, or the leader of Syria? Why does it matter to me? I keep being told that I have to be afraid of this boogeyman that's coming. Oh, and he ends this with saying, like, listen, you don't want boots on the ground in Ukraine, right? So then fine. Then go ahead and fund the war. And I think to myself, these people are evil. These people are really evil. They are, because there are a lot of Ukrainians being slaughtered. This war with these Slavs, it's horrendous. It is almost like another Bolshevik revolution again, except for this time they're meeting on the battlefield and they are dying. It's horrible. And my money's going to this. Like, I don't want no parts of this. Sometimes I think about this stuff and I don't want to get crazy. Like, I don't. And I say to myself, like, Jesus, like, if I don't find a way to say something to at least wake one person up. Like, I don't want to go to hell. I'm not saying that, oh, we're complicit. No, I'm saying that I have the opportunity, thank you to you guys, for having a mic, for people to listen and who get to hear what I'm saying. And I can just tell you what it is. And you don't have to believe everything I said. Go fact check me. But right now, that Ukraine situation needs to stop. It needed to stop. It should have never started. And no, I don't believe that, I'm going to look again and Vladimir Putin's going to take America. But I tell you what's taking America. The degeneracy is taking America. The open borders are taking America. The funding everything else but America is taking America. And the lack of confidence in American leaders are taking America. So I don't think that it's really Putin that's like a big threat here.